Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 2 of Rebuilding Barcelona. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. Check out all the other content if you can be bothered. And if you want to become a patron, help really support the channel, you'll find a link to that and loads of other stuff down below in the description. Now, episode 1. As you know, this is me going back to the roots of the series, taking a big club, trying to rebuild them over maybe 3 seasons and put my own little spin on it and see if I can take them to a specific point. With Barcelona, I want to win the Champions League, and if you saw episode 1, I failed. I failed at that, but I'm in a process of rebuilding this team bit by bit. And I had a plan for the second year. That went out the window and ended up changing my plan. Will it work? Will it not? We'll find out. We'll find out in today's episode. So yeah, thank you as always for sitting here with me. Let's just get into it. And we'll start right with the transfers, and we'll start with the outs. Nelson Semedo, 26-year-old Portuguese right back. He was pretty decent. Put him up for sale, and Paris Saint-Germain offered me a bucket load of money for him. So I was like, see you later, dude. Luis Suarez completed his move. It was part of his loan deal last year. He's gone to Juve for about 20 million. He was worth 50 odd last year. He's still worth 29. He's a good player, but I want to regenerate this squad. Rafinha, I think you say his name, same deal. He used to be one of the really good young players I used to always sign on loan a few years ago. He's still 27, good player, and he did the same thing, a loan deal with a future fee. And he's gone to Everton. So I generated about 70 million with the money he already had as well, because you get quite a lot really in Spain, especially when you're Barcelona, TV money and all that good stuff. And I was going to rebuild the defence, because I felt like we maybe needed to. Got a lot of good attacking players, but I changed my mind and I spent all my money on 2 players. The first is a final piece in the middle, a player I really like on this game, and it's Ruben Neves, defensive midfielder who can cover in central midfield as well. Now he's going to cost me about 70 million eventually. We've initially paid 35, and then obviously all the add-ons depend on his performance, goals scored, international games, all that good stuff. So happy to have him. The next one though, I had to buy him. It is Mr. Sancho, who is of course still at Dortmund. I don't know what's happening in real life. As a Man United fan, it's getting a bit boring. It's cost me 100 million eventually. Obviously I broke it down. Like I say, I always go in, suggested, see what they come back with, and then try and break it down as much as I can. And they might add a few million on top of it when they come back to you, but you can always do something. It just depends how much you want to stretch your finances. I just felt this gave us more in the middle, more going forward. I've got a Messi now who can cover everywhere. I just felt like I had lots of options to score lots of goals. My defence, I've not touched. I've promoted kids as well, so you could be saying I'm weak at the back, and that might affect us again, like I think it probably did last year. But we can always do that next year. I don't think I need any more attacking players. I think next year we can work on the defence. But I might do it. I might achieve my goals this year. We might win the Champions League. Now these are the finances, so you know, I've brought money in, I've spent money. But this is what I mean with a club like this. Even though I've got all these transfers stretched out and we've got lots of outlay with wages, that money will probably drop. But you get so much. I don't think the rules are the same in Spain as they are in England. And I want to talk a few things actually. I made a big mistake about Spain in the last episode. And that mistake mainly was I called Barcelona a Basque club. Apologies. It's different regions. It's like annoying. I know it is. It's like when you're British like me and people don't understand the difference between England and Wales and all that good stuff. So yeah, they're actually from Catalonia. And to be fair, I've actually been... So I think it's about 18 years ago, I was in my early 20s. I went to Barcelona. We did the full trip there. The city is amazing. It was then. I imagine it still is. And we did the tour of the new camp. And as a Man United fan, a few years earlier, we'd won the treble there. So it was a special place. And I was thin. And more hair. But as good as it was, I mean, I had a picture with one and only Champions League at the time. I think they've won it tons more since, obviously, but they only had one at the time. I'm pretty sure of that. And I remember there were posters everywhere there, star strikers Rivaldo and Kluivert. So that shows you how long ago it was. But my memory of the new camp was it was massive, but it was a right dump. It was dead dumpy, like worn and tired and old, and the seats look shit. So I was just wondering, have any of you guys been to a new camp maybe in the last 5 years? Has it been improved? And I think you can improve the stadium, although I don't feel like I need to. But I managed to get more physios in and coaches, but that's for the youth team. Pretty sure that was for the youth team. And we're improving the data. So I'm trying to improve the team, but I'm not that bothered. I just want them to know me tactic, and I want us to win games. I want to win. the Champions League. Like I said, I haven't touched the staff. I think it's probably the best staff I've ever put together on a Football Manager rebuild. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just trying to improve the youth team. Even though I'm not playing this for a long time, I still like to try and improve the club in little ways. Of course, the board want me to win the league, win the Champions League, and the thing is not on here yet, is it? I don't know why. They're not bothered about the Super Copa, but that's the one thing we won last year with the league. But the Copa del Rey isn't on here yet. I'm guessing they want me to win that as well. Now, it's showing me mentoring, and it's something I've done quite a bit, really, and I don't ever normally show it. It's sort of different this year as it has been on older games. You remember when you used to you'd say get Lionel Messi, and you could have him mentoring one player, couldn't you? And you'd have a few different options you could do. And then that'd finish after 3 months, and it'd come back to you, wouldn't it, saying, oh, we don't get on anymore. You'd be like, brilliant. But now you have mentoring groups, and it's quite good. So, like, I've got Messi, as you can see. He's mentoring Fati and Silva, which, not a bad mentor, that is it. I've got PK doing a few of the young defenders, Mr. Merlin doing a lot of the midfielders, and obviously the goalkeepers are all working together as well. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it helps. I don't always do it, especially when I'm lower down. But I think with a club like this, when you've got top players, you should just do it, shouldn't you? Let's just quickly run through the squad depth for the season. And like I said, only 2 new players have come in, a couple have left. So it's still a save squad. I don't think we need to actually look at everyone. We've still got a good goalkeeper. He's got 2 young keepers behind him now. The guy I brought in last year, Gaspanari, and Pina, who's a young Spanish keeper. Decent. I mean, the reason I'm not too bothered on my defence is because when they're fit, I've got 2 very good centre-halves in PK and Umtiti. Fullbacks, Jamal Lewis and Junior are still good. Wagyu, whatever his name is, Wagyu. Sounds like Ragu. And Emerson. I think if I get to a 3rd year, if I don't get sacked, maybe try and strengthen the fullbacks, bring in another young, high top quality centre half, maybe. Central midfield was still good with De Jong, Pjanic, Kai, Neves, Robert. You know what I mean? We've got quality there. Real good quality. And Didi, Tonali. Going forward, I think we're starting to look great with Dembele and Sancho on the wings. Do you know what I mean? Messi floating about, Griezmann floating about, Fabio Silva's a youngster, one of the best youngsters on this game. Ansu Fati. I mean, I don't think I need to touch that bit anymore. I think if anything, if I do make it to my 3rd year, all my money is going to get spent on this bit. And we are champions, and we're favourites to retain that title. And most of that dream team is mine, apart from Saul and Koke. I mean, what's happened to Madrid? What is Zidane doing? He needs to get spending some money, doesn't he? Now, to be fair, he's lucky he's still in a job, really. Isn't he? I mean, he did worse than me. So he needs to do something. So then, we've gone forward to January the 1st. I'm just going to have a look at what I've been up to at this point. And pre-season was huge because they'd arranged some games and I arranged a tour of America. So I just went with it. I thought, sack it, let's go for it. Really try and get a team together here playing well. And we played some really good football. Obviously, not against the biggest clubs in the world, but some fantastic results. Got to see a lot of my different players, so I was really happy with pre-season. But let's get to the serious stuff. Well, we started our league campaign off at home to Valencia and drew 1-1. Sancho, though, scoring on his actual debut, which was lovely. We should have won this, so this is annoying and I don't need this. I want to be winning. Yeah, I know it's Valencia, but yeah, I was not happy. A few games later, though, we went away for our actual derby. Espanyol's in Barcelona, innit? The little Barcelona club. Or there's an even smaller one, actually. Is it Europa? The team, one of the founding members of La Liga. It's someone I've always wanted to do a save with. And they're like down in non-league now, I think. But I think they're in Barcelona. But yeah, it was great to win your actual derby. Messi getting 2. Sancho is brilliant. Sancho in here, I've seen him become good and I've seen him become amazing. Hopefully we can make him amazing. And a few games later, a team we've struggled with against a couple of times, really. They've knocked us out of stuff, haven't they? Atletico Bilbao, the actual Basque team. Sorry. My bad. Dominated. We've dominated a good few teams. Earlier than this, we'd just beaten Atletico Madrid 3-1. 2 games later, our main rival, the only team that's probably going to challenge us for the title, came to the new camp and we did them. Messi. I mean, I look at that team in Madrid's and it's like, it's got some good players, but they need a rebuild as well, don't they? You could rebuild both of these clubs right now. They're both at like a turning point, I think. So of course, We've beaten all the big boys pretty much, and haven't been beaten at this stage of the season. Only drawn 3 games, got 48 points. The league's got a lot easier for us. I think I've got the best team by far, and maybe the guys are knowing the tactics, so I've got a lot of link-ups as well. Eden Hazard is insanely good. He's probably their best player, although in real life he had a crap season, didn't he, for Madrid? Yeah, shame. But yeah, a player I've considered maybe getting rid of is the best player in the league. So you never know with this game sometimes, you know what I mean? But I really enjoyed the idea of trying to change this team a bit and make it younger and different and fresher. So hopefully this is enough to keep me in the job no matter what happens in Europe or anywhere else. So I can have that 3rd season, try and strengthen that defence, some young quality players, and crack on. But you know what? Sometimes you think a big team like this would be shit and boring, but it can still be fun and challenging in its own way because you are under a lot of pressure. I'm at other teams and I know that if I'm punching above my weight, it's great. And if I go down a bit, I won't get sacked. It's so different here. You could finish 2nd and get sacked. So these are the results in the league as a whole, and we actually drew our first 2 games, so you can see I was probably a little bit worried. Then we got an amazing run. We drew with Betis 2-2, and then we won every other game. And defensively, I mean, I'm talking about strengthening the defence. That's probably my weakest area. Look at that. Look at that clean sheet run. I mean, let's look at the stats. I've only conceded 6. Next team's Elba, 14. Madrid are down there with 17. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it. Awful. What's going on? Last year we dominated our group, played 6, won 6, didn't we? Got to the first knockout stage, got beat by a team from bloody Austria, Red Bull. This year I looked at this group and thought, wasn't United that? I reckon we'll top it. What? I mean, I can't actually explain what happened. I mean, we even got beat off Club Bruges. It's just not working for me at all in Europe. Listen, in the Europa League. Woohoo! And we've drawn Borussia Mönchengladbach. But you know what? We dominate Spain. Is this where we are though? We've got superstars in our team. Kick everyone's ass in Spanish football. Get into Europe. Anyone can beat us, so yeah, I'm not confident. Well, I wasn't confident about this one bit. This is a squad arranged by average rating. How weird is it though? Oh, we're so good in La Liga. All them clean sheets, scoring goals, playing. Awesome football. I mean, awesome football. And then Europe's just like, what? I'm not B team in Europe or anything. I don't. It's weird. It's so weird. I mean, I've done so much better with a team of young Scotsmen and a couple of loaned English players in Europe with Dundee United than I'm doing with this bunch of absolute superstars. We've moved on to April Fool's Day. It is April the 1st, and we'll have a look back on what we got up to for the first part of the season. Now, we won this last year. It's a Super Cup, but it's now in January, as you probably know. It's a little tournament. I think it's quite cool. I'd like to see something like this in England, but I don't think we need the extra games, to be fair. So, this year we started off against Athletic Club Bilbao, beating them 2-0 with an own goal. We then went on to the final to play Madrid, and they turned up, to be fair. Bale, Hazard, getting their goals, Messi and Griezmann getting my goals. They were probably better. They dominated the ball, they created more, and I think they were all around better, all over their team. A couple of my boys let me down, who I was hoping I was going to get better from, and we were lucky. Penalties, just lucky. Over to the league, and we were still top and still undefeated. Could I go the whole season undefeated? Well, still got games to play, and you'll find out why soon. So yeah, it's only drawn 7. Eden Hazard, amazing. Sancho, second highest goal scorer. It's crazy, isn't it? When you think I've got Messi and Griezmann and they're nowhere in the top 3. So I've reversed the dates of the league, and you can see we've got a lot of games to play. Our next league game is in fact against Real Madrid. It's not today's live com, and we are getting a live com. But again, we've done well, just dropping points against silly teams. Shouldn't have drawn that. Tough game. Shouldn't have drawn that. Shouldn't have drawn that. So it was off to the Europa League. Barcelona in Europa League. Anyway, we beat Gladbach 2-1. 6-2 in aggregate. Perfect performance. On to the next round to face one of the teams I hate the most. Man City. Man City came to my place and turned up, didn't they? Decided to show up, didn't you? I beat Man City loads with Dundee United. Can I beat them with Barcelona? No. 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 Why are we both in the Europa League? Are we both shit? At least when we went to the Etihad, we won 1-0. Mr. Griezmann. They've got Oblak in net. Fair play. Edison on the bench. God, they've got too many players. So yeah, at least we didn't get beat. But obviously we got beat overall, and we're out of Europe. That's like saying we're out of Europe for a third time now in 2 years. Over to the Copa del Rey, and this was the tournament we got to the semis in last year. Got beat by Atletico called Bilbao. I think they tanked us in one of them semi-finals. Anyway, we started off against Castellón. I think that's how you say it, beating them 2-0. Next it was Cordoba. We beat them 5-0. Mr. Messi. Fifth round, big round against Real Madrid, beating them 1-0 with a Griezmann goal. We turned up, they didn't at all. On to the semi-finals, which is 2 legs for some weird reason. Why bother? Just have one. And it was 1-1 at the new camp. But 4-2 from the Mestalla. Don't they move into the new Mestalla at some point on the game? I can't remember. I'm sure they do. And great performance, and we've actually got to a final, and that is going to be our first live comedy series. So here we are with the match preview, and we're the favourites. Apparently we're both inconsistent, but when it comes to Spanish football, we have been amazing against Spanish teams. How have we done against Sevilla though? Well, since I've been manager, we've played them 3 times and we've won every single game. 1-0, 2-1 and 2-0. So that's good. But it don't mean anything, does it, really? So welcome to Madrid. Bloody home of Real. The Santiago Bernabeu. Not a place we really want to be, being Barcelona, but we're here. Now I've got a lot of tired players. Tons. So I've had to make a few alterations to my team. My fullbacks being one of them. Just tired players. Same midfield really, but it is what it is. You might be noticing though, someone's missing. Messi is absolutely knackered. He's pulled his calf muscle, he's had a big injury, so he's coming back. He's not fit, he's not even worth putting on a bench, man. I know this is the thing that's getting on a bit, isn't he? So here we go. Now, hopefully we can do something good together. Win a trophy. I mean, can we win the league? Hopefully. It'd be nice to win this, do a domestic double. But even then, I still feel like I'm failing because I'm not even getting to like the semi-finals in Europe. But yeah, thanks for anyone who's checked this out. I know a lot of you probably come to my channel late and been used to Coventry, Palermo, St Etienne, Dundee United kind of rebuilds where I take a much smaller team and we put 10 years into it. But I just feel like I want to go back and have a bit of fun. And sometimes it's good to mix this game up. Keeps it fresh. You don't want to keep doing the same thing, playing at the same level. I mean, sometimes it is good to go and be a Barcelona. So I'm interested. Do any of you do that? Every now and again, you just have a cheeky bit of fun with a Barcelona or a Paris Saint-Germain or someone like that. Is Dembele, Limo57. You might watch him. Go and follow him. You should find a link to him maybe on my channel somewhere. Great guy doing a 24-hour stream, which should have finished by the time this video comes out. What's going on there? Whistle blown, is offside. When he does his games, he has it on that fast. His players are like, can't keep up, man. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, hopefully, even though I've had to make a few changes, I'm not happy with the fullbacks. They're not going to let me down. But Sevilla, just one of them teams that can get a result in a final. When I've demanded more, everyone's focused. Let's see if we can do something. Obviously, I've seen so much of this football last week or so. And we've played some absolutely amazing stuff I'm not normally used to seeing, because normally I'm stock pot manager. If you haven't seen that series, go check it out. Scarf My Father War. It's worth a watch. If you've gone off it, go back to it. I think it's the best thing we've ever done. Oh, special. That was special. Ruben Neves. Well, there we go. It's hard time. We are winning. We've nearly got our hands on that cup. Come on, boys. Come on. I do quite like Barcelona. Like I said, I've been there before. I might have mentioned it a few times, but I used to always go head to head with my friend, and I was always Barca. He was always Real Madrid. And I always put a bad taste in my mouth for Madrid, just because of how much I hated it when he beat me. So you start to hate him in real life. It's weird. So I always liked it last few years when Barcelona become good, even though they beat us in the Champions League final on United. I've always quite liked him. It's just sad, really, because you can just tell it's the end of an era for him. Which happens to most teams. It's happened to Man United. It happens to most teams, doesn't it? Losing Iniesta, players like that. Okay, I made 2 changes going into the end of the game. We've got Tonali on and Fati. I like that Fati kid. Someone said to me, I'm surprised I've never heard of him. I've heard of him. I didn't know much about him. Don't know much about him. Not really seen much of him. Do you know what I mean? That's what I meant. But yeah, like always, Football Manager teaches you. It opens your eyes to players sometimes. And a lot of the football players I've known about in the past, I've heard probably first on Football Manager. But come on, let's kill this game off. 1-0 is never, ever enough. Right, come on, lads. Dembele has found Tonali, who is a fantastic player, and he's just give it away. bigging you up tonight, and you've given it away. Like, come on, lads. Oh, vision pass. What? Why didn't you shoot it then? Why did he pass that? Why didn't you shoot it? Right, can they do something in the dying seconds? Can they? Well, they might do if we defend like that. Oh, well done, made up for it. Well done, lad. I thought it was a bit pathetic at first, but well done. But they're still coming at us. They're still coming at us. They want that equaliser, and I don't want it to happen. Oh, God. I just feel a bit meh about this game. Like, I'm feeling dodgy about it. Is Ronnie Lopez. Bloody hell. I can feel dodgy about it all I want because we've won it. We've won the cup. Got my hands on it. It's always nice to win your first trophy. Proper trophy. I know we won the league, but you know what I mean. First domestic cup. Pretty proud of that. Not happy with the game though. Hopefully now I can go on and win the last few games. So what is going to be a split second for you is going to be about an hour for me. Now I had a few games to play before the cup final. We've shared the cup final, happy days, and then I had games to play after it. And the first game was Real Madrid, and they beat us 1-0. And this was kind of like, for getting the cup final, a time for them to really catch us up. Drew a game, we won a couple, and then we came up against Bilbao, who on their day can tear us to shreds. And we've had the upper hand this year, but they can beat us. And Mr. Williams must have scored about 50 goals against me already. So this was not good. Now we won the league, but it was definitely squeaky bum time because Real Madrid played their 38th game against Girona and won 1-0 away. Right? And they were done. They were 3 points ahead of me. So all the pressure was on. So we played on the Sunday. Now luckily for us, I was playing the bottom of the league, Real Oviedo. Already relegated, we beat him 3-0, but I was still worried. And I've only won the league on goal difference, so I kind of took a step back in a way. Real Madrid aren't as bad as I made out. Maybe Zidane's plan is working and I've just took the mickey out of him. Unlike real life, PSG got their hands on the Champions League and it's where we need to be. Also, and I'll show you this in the next episode, we're in the FIFA Club World Cup. It's every 4 years now, isn't it? I mean, it's going to be this year, and I think from this tournament, it changes to every 4 years. So that's exciting. We've got a good chance to become world champs when the next episode starts. That's awesome. Squad-wise, though, they've done really well. Some players are unhappy with certain situations and all that. People want new contracts. I'm going to make a couple of changes and probably do more business this summer than I did last summer. Try and maybe freshen up that defence, put the final touches, maybe get rid of the odd one or two older player, and really go for Europe next year. Really need that Champions League in my third season. Maybe even become world champions. But I'm loving playing it, and I'm too busy. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do this. Episode 3 might be a while to come out, but hopefully you're going to stick around and look out for it. Now, I've got no money in the bank, but they give me something to spend. I think they know there's money coming, so I can do a lot. If you know me, I could do a lot with 158 million. Wow. This man's had his contract extended. I went for it. There was a clause to extend it for a year. It's Messi, innit? I'm going to keep him while I'm Barcelona manager. Why the hell not? I did think about getting rid of him. Think of the money we'd save per week. I could probably bring in 4 top players, but it's Messi. And I'd like to win the Champions League with Messi in my team. So there we go. That is the end of episode 2. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough to smash the like button. Maybe even subscribe if you're new. Go check out my entire rebuild series and my Stockport County series. Thank you very much. And my FM stories. Not done one for a while. Maybe you've never seen them. Go and find the playlist. FM Storytime with Bood. Some good little experiment stories on there. Just a bit of fun. Maybe you'll enjoy them. But thank you for sitting here with me. And hopefully you're going to come back for episode 3, which could be the last one. I did want to just give myself 3 episodes. I'll see how popular they are. And we'll see how we go in Europe next year. Maybe you'll want to see a 4th. We'll play by ear with this one. I'm still planning on doing another rebuild after this for FM20 in East Germany. I love how many people are guessing who it's going to be. No one's got it right. It's brilliant. Not one person's guessed yet. I love it. So anyway, thank you very much. Be happy. Be safe. I'm Bood. I'll see you next time.